Hello, my name is Dave Syme. I am a contract business analyst, consultant. I work in the San Francisco Bay Area. I've been dedicated to business analysis pretty much exclusively for the last 10 years, although I am a 25-year technology veteran. I put out a newsletter on my website, which I think should be right here, davidsyme.com, and many of these topics are covered on some of my website, on some of my papers that I publish. Anyway, today I want to discuss the classical artifacts that a business analyst should generate or could generate. Not all artifacts are appropriate for all engagements. And the other thing you find is that various organizations have their own notions of what artifacts are appropriate for a particular type of project. And every time I go into a new assignment, if there are business analysts existing or if there are other people that have been doing business analysis with the organization, they will often throw down their methodology and the documents that they find useful, and I will adhere to their requirements, because everybody has their own notion of how rigorous a person should be, of how technical they want to be, or how folksy they want to be, and in general, I try to get along, go along, and adopt whatever artifacts seem relevant to that business group, and try to be congruent with everything else they've got. Because the last thing I want to do is force them to learn a new methodology or to learn or to adapt to the way I want to do business. So pretty much, it's pretty easy to get hold of their base documents, study them, and then conform the work that I do to generate work product that they're used to. However, if there isn't an existing methodology in place, for those engagements where you have a highly technical programming group or an outsourced programming group that is capable of absorbing classical UML documentation artifacts, it is often preferable to adhere to classical methodology to communicate the system requirements to that group. Now, as I've discussed in other papers that I've written and other videos that I've produced, I'm vigorously opposed to forcing business stakeholders to learn UML or business process modeling notation or any of the other technical hieroglyphics that we in the business use. I think that's terrible, and I don't think that should happen. But to the extent that you have a community who is technically savvy enough to absorb rigorous classical UML stuff, I want to go over, for those less knowledgeable, what is the full set of options within the UML artifact collection. So number one, there are really two different silos in terms of the documentation. The first side is the structure diagram, the structure diagrams, and these are kind of things like what the infrastructure is, what the objects are, what's available, and then there's behavior diagram side that talk about how people act. So it's kind of like on the structural diagram side, that's kind of like saying this is an automobile, and behavior talks about how fast you drive it, where you drive it, why you drive it. So you have the description of the car itself, and then you have the description of what people do with it. Those are kind of the two kind of continental divides in the two structures.